When I think about our growth and what defines us as an organization, I think oftentimes we talk about our growth and about Businessolver and the company over a long period of time. So we founded in '98, and we think about how we built the organization and the building blocks of building an organization. I think one of the key things is you have to, we had to have a slow and steady approach. Some that works for us, some it does not work for. For us, it worked, and it was this intentional path to build the right system and then start to focus on growth. So core to our system is it's a single source platform. And so when we thought about building it, we were trying to solve all the compliance issues, all the issues around administration, but build it in one platform. And then we thought about now, once we got there, and that took many years, about 10 years, then we said, now we can grow this organization because we have the right platform to do it on. And that's the technology side of it. I think the other side is this continuous reinvestment into people, because without the right people on your team, you can't really grow the business. So I think you have to get two things right. You have to, one, have the right software, the right services, and then ultimately the reinvestment in people. So you gotta pull both those levers all the time, and you've got to be wise about it because you want to continue to grow your company. You can't disappoint your clients. And I think to do that, you have to make both of those investments consistently. I think it all starts with, if you ask clients, what's really important to you? And we talk about all the flash, right? We talk about AI, we talk about innovation, we talk about all the sexy technology stuff that is in vogue. But I think at the end of the day, when you ask your clients, what they most value, they value stability and scalability. So that rush at AE, if it's not, the system isn't available or the system is not speedy, employees experience slow times, or the worst thing is not protecting that data, which is really all of our clients, employees and their families. And so when we think about it, I think about the keys to developing technology. What's most important in developing technology is you have to have a dash of innovation. That's certainly important, but you have to remember that the house that you build it on, that stability and scalability and security is the most important thing, I think. And I think we do that and have done that, and we'll continue to do that better than hopefully all of our competitors out there. I say that, this is the most exciting time to be in employee benefits. So when I think back to when we started, we were just trying to solve kind of what I would call the paper problem, right? And so big stacks of paper on the benefits team's desk all the way up until the next time they had to do it. And that big stacks of paper with all kinds of handwriting on it, which a lot of people probably don't remember, but I do. Somebody had to decipher the handwriting, and they weren't very good at deciphering the handwriting. And oftentimes employees aren't very good at, handwriting out their employee benefits application, if you will. So our first challenge was just trying to simplify that, to make that better, to make sure the data was accurate and it was done more quickly. So getting that in a platform, certainly that was like challenge one, check, we did it. And that's a big challenge. I think if you fast forward to today, what I get most excited about is we get to work on really interesting things. The application of decision support, recommendation engines, using AI to service our clients and their team members better. That's really something that's, we didn't even dream of that 20 years ago. You couldn't make benefits that sexy, I guess. And now you can. Now you can deliver the best consumer experience. So something we talked about today is having a 4.8 rating on our mobile app. That's really important. That's really great, because what that means is employees find it easy to use that, and that's always one of the objectives. They understand their benefits, it's easy to use, and I don't think we're gonna get them excited about it, but they should feel confident in their selection. So if we can accomplish those things every time, I know it doesn't sound very, there's not a lot of sizzle in that, but I think it's really important. Because ultimately, yes, leadership has to set the path for a good culture, and they have to make sure they reinvest in a good culture. So like our foundation trips are a reinvestment in a good culture because it has so much cultural power in giving back into the communities we work and live in. But I think the number one thing is continue to stay very genuine, very true, and spend the time, energy, and money on selection of the right team members. They fit your culture. And then the second piece of that is educating them, training, and giving them the tools on what it means to be a part of that culture, and then putting it in their hands and making sure they know. One of the things we talk about is who chose Businessolver, and we have to hear back, I chose Businessolver. And if you want to be at Businessolver, that means you're investing in that culture. And that starts from day one. It starts from the first job interview, and it goes all the way through their onboarding. And what I find is if you tell team members, solvers, you're in charge of that, you need to be the advocate for that. If you like it and you enjoy it and you want to be here, then they take that and they run with it. So I would say the culture is healthy because it rests in the hands of our solvers who believe in the organization, believe in our culture. My Thrive in 25 is really kind of what we've already started doing this year, which is getting back to kind of a more normal year of being able to engage and thrive with our clients. So I think, having in-person events again with clients is a muscle that frankly got very weak for us, but I think it's a really important thing to do with clients and partners. So to thrive in 25, we have to connect more and make more connections with our clients. And COVID kind of set us off a path where that was a really hard thing to do. Nobody wanted to get together. And I think thriving in 25 is all about connecting and meeting our clients where they are, understanding their needs. And we can do that remotely. I think when you get in person, you spend more time. I think you learn truly what is working for them, what is not working, and how we can be a better partner. I think it means to be a business solver is to be a partner. And so to be, we've been very intentional about titles. We've recently added the client consulting team, and that's really all about helping our clients solve their challenges. And if you think about where we've made our investments, it's really helping our clients get the data and information they need on what's going on with their employees to help solve their challenges. Because we all spend a ton of money on benefits, and oftentimes employees don't view them as benefits. And so if we're not using the data that we have, not using the information we have, not using the best technology that we can present to our clients, we can't help them solve their problems. So I think if you're a business solver, you're in there helping our clients meet their challenges right where they are, and then help them see the future so that they can avoid more challenges in the